following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning to you. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup, 105.5 on your FM dial, Big Dog Country Radio. Here we are on a Friday morning. Butch Hubbard here with you, along with Bob Morgan, on this last weekend before Christmas. And it's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Nibbs Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South, just past McDonald's there on the left-hand side, and by Murphy Boodle Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, right down from the Big Red Caboose. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
All right, you gone from your red outfit the last couple of days to your black outfit today.
This is a little bit heavier jacket. It's
a little bit heavier
out there.
Yeah, it is a little cool out there. All right, we've got special guests in here this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Who do we have?
Well, we're talking wrestling today. We got the wrestling coach, David Poinsett, and a couple of his wrestlers in. They're headed to Yulee, Florida for a big tournament, but Wayne County Wrestling Program in the second year of existence, and the program really jumped as far as participation from year one to year two. I guess that's a good place to start, Coach. You went out and recruited, talked to the middle schools, and asked people to come be part of the wrestling program, and they responded in great numbers.
Yeah, they did. First off, sitting next to me right here is Cameron Riles. He's our 132-pound wrestler. And we got Gray Davis, our 182-pound wrestler. Good morning, fellas. Welcome to the radio. We went out. Yes, we did go out and recruit. It's kind of an interesting story with our 106-pounder, Felix Paul. Was walking down the hallway, actually was running down the hallway to make some copies one day between classes and ran into someone. And I thought I ran over a girl, and I turned to apologize to her. Saw this little kid right there. I'm like, I'm so sorry. How much do you weigh? I said, I weigh 98 pounds, Coach. I said, good, show up here, 3 o'clock. We're going to wrestle you. So that's how we got one of our kids right there. Yeah. And little Felix is doing a great job. I think most of these kids, all of these kids, are doing a great job in developing a passion. They're listening to the coaching. We have 3 coaches, me, Tim Pratt, and Ron Twilley. And Ron, I know you're listening this morning. We'll be there in a second. They're doing a good job with the kids. We had about 70 initially sign up with the middle school. Have about 22 kids right now. Have about 30 in our varsity and JV program. And a lot of these are carryover kids from last year. And we're getting a lot of multi-sport athletes out there from baseball and band and soccer. We're excited about what's going on. The second year, we didn't expect this to be built overnight, but we expect it to be a 3 to 5 year trajectory, and so far we're meeting the threshold, Bob.
Again, a lot of participation. What all weight classifications are there in wrestling in high school? Where does it start? Where does it end?
All right. In high school, there's 14 weight classes. We go from 106 to 285. Interestingly, in middle school, there are 24 weight classes. Now, we had a wrestling match yesterday with Brantley Middle and Pierce Middle, and Waycross Middle unexpectedly showed up. So it was kind of an interesting day. And on the varsity end, we had Brantley County. So in one mat, we had 24 weight classes going. On the other class, we had 14 weight classes going.
How does the practices go? Like I said, you don't have so many in each classification. Do they have to wrestle kids out of their weight classification in practice, or how's the practices go?
Oh, absolutely. We try to match them up weight class-wise. How we practice is part whole. We teach, show, drill, teach, show, drill. There's not a lot of live wrestling till the end of practice, and it's here's the moves, here's how you counter the moves, here's how we flow into wrestling. We try to pair up weight classes as close as we can, but it's not uncommon to have a 126-pound kid wrestle a 145-pound kid. We think the competition gets better that way. If you're lighter and can wrestle heavier, then that's good for you. If you're heavier, conversely, you could really put the pressure on these lighter kids, and they do.
And do you get so many points for the match, or do you get so many points for a pin, or how does it work?
Okay, the max you can get 6 points for a pin. From there, you can get what we call a decision. If you defeat your opponent by points, you can have a regular decision, which is 3 points, a superior decision, 4 points, and a major decision is 5 points. It's all by the amount of points that you defeat your opponent by. So you can get 3, 4, or 5, or you can get 6 for a pin.
And you're currently, the matches here at home are over at the old Martha Ross Smith Gymnasium. Is that correct?
It is. Matter of fact, I had one of the coaches from Pierce County call the thing Oak Vista. I think at one point in time that was an Oak Vista Elementary. So that kind of threw me. And
it was
we're
Oak
over
Vista.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. My sons went there when it was Oak Vista.
Wow. We love it over there. When the school board gave that to us and we went over, there's a lot of books in there. There's just a lot of impediments. Our kids went in there, and they physically moved all this stuff. We've painted it. It may be a 70-year-old gym, but to us, it's a second-year gym, first-year gym. Actually, we love it. Kids are excited about being over there. We're still going through things, and we need help from the community. We need help from the sports fans here at Wayne County. We need to put lockers in there. We've got lockers coming, singlets for our middle school program. We've ordered those from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. But we're getting to the point right now where outside funding is going to be a necessity to get the technology over there, to get the physical stuff like lockers, to get a air conditioning system at some point down the road. But right now, we got 2 mats in there. We got heat.
Well, good.
And we got kids that are going.
You're over there with the Board of Education, so you got to stay on your P's and Q's, don't you?
That's exactly right.
Now, if you're talking to an old-timer if they say, oh, you're practicing over there at Northside.
Yes.
Yeah, you're really talking to an old-timer. Someone like Boot Thomas, one of them old-timers,
I've had those questions. It's the old north side. If you go outside, what I think is interesting, I think we need to preserve this for history, but at Northside, at some point in time, they wrote their names in the concrete in the late 60s.
Yeah.
And if you take them out there, I took a couple kids out there and said, look, this is history in Jesup right here. Look, just remember this.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was back when I was going into my junior year at high school, Northside integrated with Wayne County High School. And so Northside was the African-American school for a long time. And then in 1970, because of laws and regulations, everybody integrated back in 1970. And so it became used for something else. And then eventually, by the time that I moved back to Jesup, it was Oak Vista. And then went to Martha Rawls Middle School, which has now been built a new one, and now it's become the Board of Education. It's good to see the building is still being used and maintained because it is an historical area for Wayne County.
Yes, and we're proud to be there. We're excited about being there, and we have our own place right now. We get remarks from coaches all the time. We've had quite a few teams come through, and they're telling us, look, you got your own place. Yes, we do. This is pretty cool.
It is.
Yes, it is. So we're excited. We're happy about where we're at right now.
Okay, well, you need your pullover jacket like that says Wayne Wrestling.
Yes, I do. I need to see Scott Oil.
Your program will move up when you get your own pullover hoodie.
And you can get those, actually, folks, if you go to Fatback Tees. Go down and see Scott Oil. Scott Oil's got all our wrestling stuff down there if you want to go see him.
Yeah. Well, good. All right, Bob.
Well, you brought a few wrestlers in here. These both kids in the program both years, or?
Yeah, they have. Gray played linebacker for us in football and came to us from football. And Cameron came to us from the fishing and hunting community. And they need to talk. And y'all are hearing me talk too much.
Well, let's start with Mr. Davis. Talk about what got you involved in the wrestling and how much you like it.
It was just a new sport, and you always need like 2 sports to play, like to get somewhere in college. It's always a good thing to have multi-sport, and I thought wrestling would be good for me.
Are you a junior or senior?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. So are you going to use some of these wrestling moves as a linebacker next year on the football field?
It helps with it. Just practicing,
staying in shape.
Definitely keeps you in shape.
It's a different form of being in shape, right? Yeah.
Now, you do know that proud papa sitting over at the high school listening to his son. That's Greg Davis's kid.
Oh,
right there.
Okay.
Coach Davis, your son is doing well.
Doing well. Okay.
But what's your move on wrestling? What's your technique? How many pins have you had so far?
I've had like seven pins, maybe 8 pins.
There you go.
What's your stage name? Yes, is it Rock or is it? What's your stage name? Huh?
I ain't got a stage name.
You ain't got a stage name? Okay, I didn't know.
Blockhead.
These guys are learning the techniques. They might be able to take you down one day, Coach. You keep up with this.
Well, this one right here likes coming off the turnbuckle, so that ought to be a move for him. Cameron, say hello. Your mom's listening.
Hello.
How did you get involved in wrestling, Cameron?
I don't know. It was just a new sport, like you were saying. I didn't really get in shape. I used to watch it on YouTube, and all them boys were really cut up and all. And I liked it, just get in shape, and then it went a long ways with me.
Did you play any other sports other than this?
I used to play baseball, but that's it. Yes, sir.
Were you wrestling fans? Did you watch it on TV, or what made you get attracted to the sport, or just Coach Point?
Well, my cousin up in Atlanta, he used to wrestle some, and we went and watched him in Camden County one time, and I don't know, it was just a new sport, and we always used to throw down in the yard, so I just thought it'd be fun to come out and wrestle. It was a whole different ball game, though. It wasn't nothing like the backyard.
Well, Butch and Bob, I need to tell you why these young men are here today and the folks that are listening. These are both our captains right here, and they were elected by their teammates. The one sitting next to me right here, Cameron Riles, was a state qualifier last year. He's the first one in Wayne County history that ever went to the state tournament in wrestling individual. Right now, Cameron's ranked 10th in the state in his weight class at 132.
What year are you?
Like school year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm a 12th grader.
Oh, senior. Okay.
So.
Gray is currently year 16 and 3, or somewhere close to it. 17 and 5. We just had some matches the other night. So what's important to note is these two young men were elected by their peers. They're both very successful. We expect both of them to go to the state tournament this year. We set our goals, I get like many of the other wrestling programs do, but we have a lot of gaps right now. We're forfeiting a lot of weight classes, so the team scores don't look pretty sometimes when we get out on a mat. But there's two parts of wrestling. There's a team element. You can wrestle for the team championship, which Richmond Hill won last year from our area, and Camden did also in their respective groups. And then there's an individual, and that's what we're hunting, the individual ones right here. We had 3 kids last year that qualified for the state tournament. One wrestled in it. That's this guy right here. We're expecting this year to get 5 to 7 in. For us, that's a mark of success for our program and our kids individually. Now we're going to get the numbers that start coming in. Hopefully we can fill out a full weight class, and then we can start being competitive in the dual aspect of it. That was the genesis of getting the middle school involved. And last night, guys, we had a 4-way, a quad tournament with middle school last night. We wrestled Brantley County, and we won. We've had some big wins. These kids, at this point in time last year, we were telling them the other day, you've only wrestled 5 to 8 matches last year at this point in time. Now we're looking at kids that have wrestled 3 times the number, 25, 26 matches. So we're getting them the experience. We're bringing them to these tournaments. This is what I was talking about with funding in the community, trying to help get these kids to these tournaments so they can achieve this success, and our program will grow. And it'll help the community, and it'll help the school, and it'll help them individually, and that's what we're looking for.
All right, we got some listeners texting in some comments and questions here. People can text in questions and comments at 912-427-3711. Our regular business line is text-enabled, 912-427-3711. Someone just said, ask Cameron, ask Cameron, is he as tough as Uncle Charlie?
Nowhere near tough as that man. I ain't got nothing on him.
Hey, that's a smart thing to say there. That's a smart thing to say. All right, so that was one question right there. So he agrees that Uncle Charlie is tougher. All right, and let's move on to the next one here and see what the next question is here. It says, you will not find a more dedicated coach.
That's true. I butt in on that. He's really good to us. And that's one reason I'm still wrestling, because of that man. He got us good stuff when we didn't have the money. He makes us look good even if we don't perform real well. And my buddy, he's a really great coach. Put all his time. This man stays up 1 o'clock, sometimes washing our clothes, our singlets, and we got matches the next day to go to.
He says, you will not find a more dedicated coach. He's top notch with all the kids. So. Yeah, don't you agree, Coach, that you're top notch?
No. I think it's how you frame the stuff. It's about kids. It's about kids. It's about community. It's about stuff that we develop these kids later on down the road. We talk a deal in education about the here and the now and numbers and test scores and everything, and we're not going to know what these kids, young men, are going to do until 10 years down the road when they're good citizens, good servants of the community, good husbands. That's the payoff for us, and that's what I want from these guys right here. So that's what we're building for.
Okay, and the next text says, Gray Davis is an awesome young man.
Craig, stop texting stuff in about your son. I will tell you right now, Gray.
No, this was not him. This last name was Foster. So.
Time tags on it. I can't speak enough for these guys right here. But you know what? You're looking at a microcosm. These are two of the 30, 40 young men and women that we have. We have girls that are wrestling for us too. We're trying to develop the character and build character. We have good kids. You know, we hit some stumbling blocks and we address it when it happens. But I'm really pleased with the folks that we have out there. Okay. And we do have 5 girls that are wrestling. I need to mention that. There's a big push in wrestling. Last year was the first time in state history that they had a girls' state. There were over 500 girls up in Macon wrestling. We have 5 on our team. We've got the Westberries, we got Vargas, Maddie Vargas, Rachel Johnson, and Adrian O'Neill. It's getting to the point now where when guys step on the mat, it really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant that it's a girl out there. Now, we watched one from Brantley County. Had a heck of a match last night against us.
It's weight classification more than it's gender, is what you're saying.
Exactly. And the guys don't view them as, oh, that's a girl. It's a competitor on there. Some of them do. But I will.
Yeah, they're looking at each other. Yeah, we do.
but I'm going to. Yeah,
that's
true.
A girl standing over there.
I guess that's wisdom talking. But I will tell you this: this young lady that we have on our JV and our varsity program, Adrian O'Neill, I'll guarantee you, if someone gives her a problem or there's an issue in the hallway, you're going to see 21 guys stand behind her and say, I got you on there. And I think that's cool. I think that's the way of the future. What GHSA wants to do is split both of them off. They want a girls program only, and they want a guys program only.
Okay.
So,
how do you recruit girls into wrestling? Do they come to you, or do you know, how does a girl say, yeah, I want to wrestle?
Well, when we went to the all-call, we had 70 people, and there was about 20 girls. And we had some of the girls show up and said, hey, this is what it is. This is what it's going to entitle. We're not going to treat you any different. You're going to get yelled at just the same. You're going to wear the same stuff. You're wrestling guys.
Right.
It's been interesting, and I think for the community, it's harder for them to wrap their hands around it, where we've seen it for years and where I've been at before, and it's just it'll be customary, usual and customary after a while here.
Okay.
But I think it's good for our school.
And as we mentioned, during your second year existence, most of these sports, have booster clubs. Has the wrestling program got a booster club yet?
We do. Nikki Rao is our treasurer. Don Adams is our president. Adrian Peterson is one of our leaders too. We have parents that are coming out. We have a small base right now. There's a handful of 6 or 7 people are joining our booster club right now. Our athletics at Wayne County High School are zero-based. That means is we have a zero-based budget. The expectation is there's skin in the game from the community and parents join in, and we're starting. This is the first year we've had a booster club, but I got to mention Sheriff John Carter. Sheriff Carter has helped us out. Tracy Brown has helped us out. There are many people out in the community that have stepped up and said, we want to see this go, and we're eternally grateful and thank you, but we need more. It's not a matter of having a handout. It's a matter of what we're doing for these kids and what we need to get there. We're kind of shaping ourselves, believe it or not. Some people might not like to hear this, but Ware County. Ware's a very established program. They're a very strong program. We communicate in the wrestling community. You're a lot tighter than you are in the football or other communities, and we talk with each other. And Joe Eichfield's the head coach over there. I'm like, Joe, this is what we're doing, and he's excited for us because it's another team to wrestle. But these are the steps that they took over there. This is how Statesboro took their steps. Talk with the Camden County coach. We're not going to get to where Camden County is now, but that's where we want to be. We're never going to be the second stepchild to anybody. We are going to be to Camden County. We are going to be to Ware County, but mainly we are going to be Wayne County doing what those schools do. But it's just going to take time to get there, but we need a booster club. We need involvement from the community, which we've had with great support, but we just need a little bit more to help our guys get there. And I think it's awesome what we're all doing.
And when we received a text, just by coincidence, there somebody sent a text that said, Coach, give a shout out to the Booster Club, which you just did.
Listen, we can't make it without the Booster Club. We've had the Petersons that have worked in our concession stands. Don Adam, tirelessly. We paint together. One of the things I told our maintenance, we don't want to task you with a lot of stuff, and our maintenance is fantastic. Those guys really work hard down there. But we want skin in the game, so we painted our own stuff, and the boosters have jumped in, and we still got a ways to go, but it's nice to see parental involvement.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all coming in. Wish y'all the best of luck down in Yulee. Look forward to getting those results. But it's good to see the wrestling program up and running. Like I said, it's exciting. It's an exciting sport to watch. I know the people that have gone to watch the matches have thoroughly enjoyed it. So
happy to be there. Go Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. Go Jackets.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I know y'all just anxious to get to your last day of school before Christmas holidays, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No.
We're getting on a bus in about
you're getting
an hour.
on a bus.
We're
That's right. You're
fixing
heading
to
down
go
to
wrestle
Yulee,
at
huh?
12 o'clock. Yeah, we got to weigh in at 12, and then we're actually going to start at 1:30. So we got some kids that are going to roll in, and we're getting on that bus, and I'm driving them down.
Oh, seeing that jacket there. I still got mine in my closet. It's amazing I've kept up with it since 1972.
Still looks good.
It's my Wayne County jacket still looks good. Of course, back then we had a J on it. Mine has track stuff on it. So,
well, I was wondering about the Green Bay hat Bob was wearing right there.
that's not a Green Bay hat.
It's not Green Bay. Bob does not have a Green Bay jacket.
I'm a
That's New
diehard
Orleans.
Steeler fan, so.
Is that New Orleans?
Oh, that's a
SEC
Georgia
champ?
sticker. I'm sorry.
That's a Georgia sticker.
I thought it was a red Green Bay symbol.
Oh, I thought maybe.
This is
That's
SEC
SEC.
championship.
That's red. That's not
2010.
green on there, Coach.
No,
You
go Cox.
colorblind?
Go South Carolina. Go Cox. Had to get that one in.
Y'all did get Bobo from us, though, didn't you? We thought we were going to get him. It's always fun teasing around when it comes to college sports, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right, Coach. You guys have a great match today, okay?
Thank you very much for having us.
Bye. And don't let the girls beat you now, okay? When you're ever wrestling girls, don't let them beat you. We will not be able to walk the hallways of Wayne County High School if that happens.
We're very appreciative of being here, guys. Y'all have a good Christmas out there in Wayne County and surrounding areas.
All right. Good luck, guys. All right. Bye-bye. All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Bob, any final words this morning?
I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas and good luck finding that cash can. I'm sure someone's going to find it today.
You would think, with today's clue, you think someone find that cash can. All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South, just past McDonald's there on the left-hand side, and by Murphy Bitter Supply.
World famous Butch and Bob Show.